Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the World Police Summit podcast series for 2025. Our guest today isn't just keeping up with the policing technology, he's helping build it as well. With us today is Hammad, the CEO of Zenith Technologies. He's going to tell us about his journey and how his technology and his company is helping the law enforcement. Basically talk about the World Police Summit and what Zenith Technology is contributing and adding to the summit with us today. Welcome.
Thank you, dear Mariam. It's a pleasure to be at the World Police Summit as we have been for the last 4 years. And we are very privileged and proud and honored to be partaking in anything that Dubai Police and Dubai government does at large, and certainly the UAE. Just a quick backdrop, a quick background. My heritage is Lebanese, but I'm Australian Lebanese. I've been predominantly in Australia most of my life. So Zenith is an Australian company on inception, although we have presence in the UK and certainly in the GCC with HQ in Dubai. Just to give you a feel for where Zenith is at and what Zenith has done over the last decade and a half or so, we've arrived into the UAE and focused on predominantly quasi-government organization from a security perspective. Initially, Zenith came with the mindset of a system integrator, taking on technology from an international level, bespoking them, tailoring them, and deploying them in region. In so doing, I personally was very much at the pivot end of that in the early days on a personal level. I engaged very, very closely with the Dubai Police. Now, Dubai Police to me aren't a customer-vendor relation. It's a real, honest, genuine family relation. We have a lot of love and respect, and I feel that the Dubai Police personnel at large are my family in the sense that ever since I've been in Dubai, it's been a big journey with Dubai Police. So I have a very close, loving affinity to the people at large. Obviously, Dubai Police and Dubai government as a whole have a very incredible spirit to further and move the needle on a very constant basis. Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid says that it's all about how do you make us always and reinforce as number one. There's no such thing as number two. I love that mindset because it does allow you to push the envelope. Now, as a vendor, as a technologist, we need like-minded partners to be able to embrace and underwrite that effort a typical technology would do in furthering and or quantum leaping into a new terrain, uncharted waters as I call them, that really need to have not a faint-hearted sort of operator behind the wheel.
Yeah.
So you have to have a lot of courage. And working with the likes of Dubai Police has always enabled me on a personal level at least, and definitely the culture of Zenith, to be so solidified and empowered with their constant encouragement and support in that endeavor. With that said, and I'll share much more with you, there's been a lot of quantum leaps and quantum if you like, significant jumps for the Zenith business model over time. So we jumped right away from a system integrator to becoming a very innovative and far-reaching global disruptors in the law enforcement and security space.
Partnering with Dubai Police has got to be one of the biggest achievements, especially to make the country and the city a safe place for everyone. And if I want to rewind a little bit, what led you to launching Zenith back in 2008? How did you get there, and where did you get the idea from?
Sure, good question actually. I've always been a serial entrepreneur at heart, frankly. Ever since the age of 15, I've been in business. I've always done some shape or form of business. I've never been an employee per se. Okay. So relating to employees could be a challenge at times. However, the fact that I was involved in different technology in the US, initially Australia, US, and at global level, in other systems like ERP systems, point of sale solutions, etc. It was a very different domain, yet in sync with technology. My background, I'm an assistant analyst programmer, developer.
Okay.
And I've done, obviously, an executive MBA with London Business School. I've done a lot of other educational side, but my undergrad is IT. Hence, I've always been very in sync with that in that space. Coming, frankly, in the early 2000s, I guess, to Dubai with a friend who was an architect from Oxford University, Australian Lebanese gentleman that I came with here on a vacation. I was very taken away by how impressive Dubai was going back to early 2000s.
I think it's the Lebanese blood.
Oh yeah. So it's very, very entrepreneurial, absolutely. So I came here with that exploratory sort of mindset, and I was very impressed with how Dubai in the early days looked like such a massive explosion of what Singapore was trying to do. Mm-hmm. And I saw Dubai doing things that much bigger. But I think what was also relevant to me, it brought me back to my roots a bit. Mm-hmm. You have the East meets West, and you got this melting pot of that great sort of international best practice that's going on here. And I saw a lot of that going on. So I was quite impressed. I met a lot of Emiratis, my decent good friend Shukla Mahiri, his family, and people like that you take to heart, and they become your true family in the Emirate. And I think that drove me. So I think I was saying before, the spirit of the people is what drives me as on a personal level. Don't forget, I'm Australian Lebanese. I could be in Australia doing a lot of stuff. Yeah. Why do I choose Dubai? I choose Dubai and the region at large, and the UAE in the most part. A, because it's people. B, because of the ethos, the mindset, and the explosive spirit that we have here for entrepreneurship, and also I think the openness to the world. Mm-hmm. So I don't see myself as being in any shape or form, culture or country. It's a melting pot of all, and it's really elating for me on a personal level, and that enables me to be able to advance business and advance relationships and really push the envelope, so to speak. In many ways, because this is exactly what Dubai is doing. Yeah. Dubai is not doing the traditional yesterday stuff. They're doing the stuff that's nobody's charted. The uncharted words I was saying before, something that hasn't been explored yet, is what Dubai and the UAE at large. I always keep on saying Dubai, but it's obviously the UAE that's doing it in a big way. And I'm very, very respectful and very humbled to be part of even a drop in the ocean of this beautiful mammoth oasis.